Woo, we are live. Welcome, welcome. I am so thrilled to be here with Wanda Pearson on voting day.
Yes.
I know a lot of you have been in line for a while, maybe today or a different day to vote. And while you're in that voting mood, I wanted to encourage you to vote one more time for my friend Wanda here. So, Wanda is the author of God's Grace Through the Fire, From Struggle to Triumph. And this is what book is this, Wanda? How many books have you written?
This is my third book. This is actually my own self-publishing book that I'm excited to actually, God, I tell you, after going through 2 collaborations, which is great, it trained me and it actually helped me to get to write this book of my struggles and how I was able to come out. And you know what, Diane? October was Mental Health Month, right? So this is a good way to actually come out and really let people know that they don't have to go to that mental health, but actually have that inspiration. Um, and having that is actually a blessing for me to do. So I am so excited about being on your show because usually you be on my podcast and helping me to do what I'm doing here, and also my marketing manager.
Oh, it's my pleasure. It brings me joy to help people learn all the great things you're doing and how you're just making the world a better place. And once you hear more about Wanda's story and the fact that she's in the top 20, right, of authors, and you'll see ticking along the bottom here. If you want to go to that website, www.authorallstars.com/vote, you can vote for Wanda and give her a little boost. There's no cost. You don't get added to a big email list, and it would be great for her. And once you go there, you'll see a bunch of authors. Just scroll down to Wanda Monette Pearson, and you'll see Wanda's wearing pink. So that's how I quickly found her. But I've read her book. It is so great, and I love that you took your experiences. You know, there's some really challenging stories in here of how Wanda was challenged in her life and how she overcame them with help from her faith.
Yes.
And that's how the story started. I'll let you do a quick overview. But then when she became an adult, she wanted to help others overcome some of the kinds of things she overcame, and she became a social worker. And then later on, she brought that same empathy to corporate, IBM in particular. And I would think big corporations like IBM, they really need hearts like Wanda's on their workforce. And Wanda has since retired, but she hasn't stopped. She just no longer gets a paycheck from IBM. But what I love about her book is she shares the story, but she also has bolded her inspiration from the Bible. And there is space in here. Like I keep my own journal, but you can start picking up the journaling practice right here in the book. So not only do you learn the stories, but it's a self-help book as well.
Yes.
So elaborate real quick, Wanda. Why did you write this book, and why should people go click and vote for you?
Well, I wrote this book, and I tell you, it was really a journey for me to do it because I kept a lot of things inside, and I never, I forgot a lot of things. So when I started writing this book, it brought up a lot of memories, which made me sad. And my daughters read, when I started my collaboration book, they said, "Mommy, you need to get counseling. You need to get." I was like, "I don't need any counseling." We said, "We don't need any counseling." So when I did go to the counselor, it actually helped me to bring it out because I wanted to share it with people that say that you're not alone going through those trials of abuse. And abuse is anything. I mean, it's verbal abuse, mental abuse, physical abuse. And I wanted to share this with the world as my editor told me, she said, Wanda, you got to share the story with the world because somebody may need to hear your story. And writing this book, I mean, I went through tears and anguish and forgiveness, and I knew writing it, it will help other people to be able to forgive because God forgave us, so we got to forgive ourselves first and then forgive others. That had helped me to be able to write it, and I just started writing and just putting down things. And I thought about that the journal that I put in there because I wanted people to understand. Write down your struggles that you're going through, and that's why I named it God's Grace Through the Fire from Struggle to Triumph, because I struggled through that abuse as a child. And thank God, for my father. And I tell you, in my book, I said my mother, first time she had sex, she had me, and she was in high school. So it was a journey. It was a struggle for her, and then she ended up marrying my stepfather, who was abusive. And thank God for her that she let me go to stay with my father and my stepmother. But I lived with my grandmother too, so I was bounced around different places. And I knew God had His hands on me because when I was in 10 years old, I said I want to be a social worker, not knowing that's because a social worker came in the house. I saw how she cared about people, and that my passion of how I like to help people helped me to be able to do what I'm doing now, as well as mentoring in the middle schools to help girls, to be able to say in affirmations. I'm a affirmation queen. Uh, Having those positive affirmations to say, you're not alone. I am beautiful. I am smart. And this is what I do with these girls before they walk out that door. They have to give me a positive affirmation. So this is something that God had told me when I retired from IBM that I needed to get back in the community. And getting back in the community helped me to do what I'm doing now, as well as being a part of the Author All Star, which is my second time. So this is my second time being an Author All Star. So I've been in the magazines, and it's been a blessing. And then I started doing podcasts. So, every time God said, okay, Wanda, you're going to do this, I said, no, I don't want to do it. That fear gets in the way. When that fear gets in the way, it makes you step back and say, no, I can't do this. Don't say I can't, say I can. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And that is what's been helping me to be able to get into what I'm doing now, even the podcast, to have other entrepreneurs on in collaboration. And I tell you, I've always been a collaborator, but I didn't realize it. So that's why I've created that, the title, Ready, Set, Collaborate, with Diane's help. I said, Diane, I need Ready, Set. What can I do? She said, you like to collaborate. And that's how we got the title, Ready, Set, Collaborate with Wanda Pierce. And I am so proud to be able to be 1 year this month. And I did this month, Diane, because this month is my birthday. So this month is my birthday. And October was the launch of my book, God's Grace Through the Fire, From Struggle to Triumph. And it is a compelling story. And it's something that I wanted to be people to realize that you are better than what other people say you are. You have to believe in yourself. And that's why I've really just been going. And by me following God's word, this is how I got to where I am now.
And that is so fabulous. So as you see this ticker going along the bottom, go ahead, pull up that website real quick and vote for Wanda. It's going to help her get the recognition that she and her book really deserves. And I also suggest, you'll see above that, grab a copy of this book. It's a great book. If you know of anyone who's going through some struggles and could use some guidance, I mean, this book is very helpful.
Mm-hmm. It's an inspiration that I want to give. And I really want to say my daughter actually created that book cover for me. I have an artist in the entrepreneur family. She created that book for me because I wanted to have something with that ribbon that says a positive ribbon that you're going through the fire, but you're going to come out that the fire. So yes, no, I really appreciate that, Diane. And then the Author All Stars, I'm trying to get to top 20 authors, and that's why I need your vote to vote. There's a ticker on the bottom, but actually look for Wanda Monette Pearson. I'm not sure if it will go straight to this one, but just go into /vote and just look for Wanda Monette Pearson. And I would love to have your vote for me to get to the top 20, maybe the top 10. I would love that.
Yeah, so go ahead. Just one more vote today. Just go ahead, go to the website, look for Wanda, tap vote. Let's get her to the top 20. It would be a great positive thing to do today. And If you are standing in line voting, go ahead and pull up your podcast app, your favorite one, and pull up Ready, Set, Collaborate podcast. And you can listen to one of her past episodes. And tomorrow, her episode launches at 8 o'clock in the morning. And you can learn about her celebration of her 1 year of podcasting, which so many people give up long before they've done a year's worth of episodes. So congratulations. You'll learn so many tips from people from so many different fields, everything from truckers to marketers.
Networking, collaboration, book collaboration. It's a lot of different series that I have in there with so many great guests, including you, Diane, marketing. And so you actually, I think you've been to my podcast twice, right?
I have.
And we're going to do
look for me too if you want.
Yes.
All right. Well, happy voting day, friends. Again, just one more vote for Wanda today. We'd be so grateful. And go ahead, put in the comments if you decided to vote today. We would love to shout you out for doing that for us.
Yes, I thank you.
See you soon.
Thank you. Thank you, Diane.